You can start the recording. All right, here we go. All right. So welcome, guys. Thank you for coming. We're going to end off the month with another Move and Learn series. All right, today we're going to try some desk stretches. All right, so it's always good to get stretches in throughout the day. So I'm going to go through some exercises that will help with those, with your posture, build that great posture so that you can keep moving efficiently and living as pain-free as possible. All right, so really quick, let me see if Ellie, you can make me the host again, and I can do the screen sharing. So I have a little PowerPoint to show you real quick. Go through a couple things about posture and some other things, and then we go right into the stretches here, right? So everybody can see my screen here. All right. So
yes.
Get this started. Let me put it up. Hold on, where's that thing at? That. Here we go. Let me see here. It seems not to be working right now. So we got the PowerPoint here. Hold on, give me a couple seconds. Get this up. Oh, there we go. All right, here we go. So we're right into it, desk stretches. All right. So first, why is posture important? So basically, what is posture? Posture is the way we hold our bodies, the way our bodies are aligned while sitting, standing, or lying down. Healthy posture is achieved by putting the least amount of strain in your muscles through correct alignments of your body parts. All right, so a couple of bullet points here. With posture, it helps keep our bone, like I was saying before, keep our bones aligned, the joints aligned. Correct posture to cut down on the wear and tear of the joints, which will lead to other things like arthritis and joint pain as you move on. Next, it helps reduce the stress on the ligaments around the spinal joint, which minimizes the injuries around in your body, because you know your spine is connected to everywhere in your body, connects everything together. So you want to cut down on the stress on the spine, or so that you won't be able to, so you can minimize your injuries there. And a couple other points here, like I was saying, helps you move more efficiently, body move more efficiently, use less energy, so that you can use that energy for other things, instead of trying to keep your body in the right alignment. So if you have great posture, your body can move more efficiently, conserve that energy, use it for other items that you can need it for. And also, it helps prevent muscle strain, overuse disorders, back pain, and muscular pain. So if you guys notice, some people that you might see rounding out their back, they might have a lot of back pain there because tightening up the chest muscles here, and you also loosen up those muscles, so it's causing a lot of stress on the body and the spine. So over time, it's gonna cause that back pain. So you wanna make sure, keep that great posture so that we can minimize as much pain as possible, right? So a couple of terms here. The three main contractions in the body, all right? So I'm gonna go over this because I'm gonna speak on these things as we go on throughout the stretches, right? So we have a concentric contraction, eccentric contraction, and isometric contraction, right? So concentric contraction is when the muscle shortens, generally a lifting motion. So for example, a bicep curl, let me show you here, as you lift up on a bicep curl, you're going, putting that muscle in the concentric contraction. I don't know why I can't speak right now. All right, so next, eccentric contraction, all right? So that's the opposite of concentric. So that's the lengthening of the muscle, all right? So as you come up, concentric, as you go down, that's the lengthening of the muscle. It's generally a lowering motion. It decelerates the force. All right, so that's very important. That's also one of the strongest contraction in the body. All right, and then we'll end off here with isometric contraction. All right, so that's when the muscle you generate force without lengthening or shortening the muscle. So usually in a plank hold, you guys know, you take my class, Keyshaw, in my class, I love a lot of planks. So always in that isometric contraction, keeps that muscle in that position for a long amount of time, building that muscular endurance and building that muscle as well. All right, so we'll jump right into the stretches here. All right, so I broke up the program into seated stretches and also standing stretches. All right, so first move, we actually grab that band, keep it close. We're gonna start with some chin tucks. All right, so chin tucks. Actually, let me unpin this and let me switch scenes here real quick. Hold on, give me a second. There we go. All right, give me a second here. I'll stop sharing. And we're just gonna go into these stretches here. All right, as far as this. All right. So, for these stretches, you're gonna start with that chin tuck, right? So with this chin tuck, all you're doing here is decreasing the distance between your chin and your chest, all right? So a lot of times when we work, we usually round out our backs, all right? So it's important to keep that nice posture there, roll those shoulders back, and also keep that neck in the correct position because you put that strain on that neck, all right? So chin tucks will correct that position. So to start off here, do from side position, you're gonna roll up, all right? So you're gonna wanna squeeze your shoulder blades together or round out the shoulders. You're gonna keep it in that middle position, that neutral position, all right? Nice, sit nice and tall. You can contract the core, keep the core nice and tight, all right? What we're doing here, I like using my pointer finger to lead my chin here. So you can place your pointer finger on your chin, all right? So maybe we're decreasing the most distance between the chin and the chest and chin, so chin tucks, all right? So here, push it in, nice and gently. Remember that contraction there. We gonna hold it, that isometric contraction. I like holding it for about 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and releasing. That actually puts that muscle under tension for a large amount of time and builds that muscle. All right, so here again, we're gonna try it again. Chin tucks, decrease, tuck it here, hold it for a couple seconds, and release. So again, you can hold it for 5 to 10 seconds. Some people like doing it for 2 seconds and doing multiple reps there. Whichever one works best for you to get you that desired feeling and loosen up those muscles there. Another thing you can try, all right? A chin tuck with a band, all right? Chin tuck with some resistance, all right? So you can get the band here. I like using TheraBands, all right? Place a TheraBand around your head, all right? Around this area. So we gonna hold it here nice tight, so you can hold it in front of you. Make sure you have some resistance there. All you're doing, sit in that same position, keep those shoulders roll back, core tight, chin tucks. So tuck that chin, hold it for a couple seconds, and release. Now you definitely will feel the difference than if you did it without the band, all right? So I recommend using the band if you feel like you want a deeper feeling there, feel like your shoulder is really aching you, and you want to loosen up that shoulder there, release that pain. Try some of these chin tucks with the band. It would definitely loosen up there, all right? Next, moving on, we have a child's pose, all right? So typically you do child pose on the ground. We're gonna try the child pose in the chair, all right? So make sure you have a couple feet away from your desk here. If you have a rolling chair, you push it back. If you don't, you can set that chair back, all right? Start off, big distance here. Push those hips back. You're gonna extend those arms over here. Drop that chin towards your chest here and hold, all right? So you will definitely feel that stretch in those shoulders. Really good here. Push that back, shoulders and back, right?
Remember, it's the child pose 3-way, so you can walk your hands over to the right side of your body. You feel a little deeper stretch, more in this left lat here, all right? And also extend the shoulders. And walk it over to the left side. Sorry, the right side, walk over to the left side, all right? So hold it here for that good stretch in that right leg, all right? So that's another good stretch to try to loosen up those shoulders throughout the day without even getting up from the desk, all right? Another thing you can try, grab that band again. It's called the no money. So it's external rotation of the shoulder, right? So a lot of people in therapy, physical therapists love using this for shoulder rehab. So all we're gonna start off is keeping that arm about 90 degrees here. You go grab the band in an underhand grip, all right? Keep those elbows close, all right? All you're doing is external rotation of the shoulders and bringing it back here. So let me get up here and turn my chair. So here, you can see me, external rotation of those shoulders. Rotate as far as you can, squeezing those shoulder blades together, core tight, and bringing it back, all right? So this also helps with that posture, build up those rotator cuff muscles that help stabilize the shoulder, all right? And also, you can feel a nice good stretch there in the delts, in the anterior delts, and also in the chest area, all right? So again, add that isometric contraction in. That isometric contraction will help build that muscle, and you're also feeling that stretch, all right? So you might be like, oh, this is just exercise. No, you actually can get a stretch in while also building those back muscles at the same time, all right? So another stretch, we can move on now. Another stretch we can try, one of my personal favorites, a spinal twist, all right? So face this way. So we're here, all right? Sit up nice and tall, same way. You can start with either side. I'm gonna start with the right side, crossing the right leg over my left, all right? Using my left hand, grab that right knee and twist, all right? So when you twist, inhale, exhale as you twist, get as deep as you can. You'll definitely feel that in the spinal, the hip area, all right? You wanna hold it for a couple seconds. I like holding it for about 10, 15, 20 seconds, depending on how you feel and how much time you have. And release. You guys should try a couple reps each time, or you can hold it for an extended period of time once each side, all right? So we're gonna switch sides here. Left side, same thing. Right hand grabs that left knee. Nice good twist. You use your chair to assist that twist with that left hand holding on. Make sure you twist that neck as well. You wanna use your head to look as far as you can behind you to get deeper in that twist, all right? So remember, use your breaths, use your eyes, use everything you can to get as deep as you can in that stretch while keeping that good form and loosen up that spine there, all right? Moving on to the hips, figure fours, all right? Figure four stretch here, all right? So we usually do figure fours on the ground. You can do it seated. Grab that right foot. All right, we go cross that right foot over that left leg, all right? Sit here, sit nice and tall. Get a nice deep stretch here in the glutes, all right? So this stretch will really get those glutes, piriformis, all those muscles that we need to loosen up to help with our posture, keep our posture nice and healthy here. So hold it for a couple seconds, and you can switch sides here, same thing. All right, switch legs. Nice and gentle. Remember, keep sitting up nice and tall. Keep that core engaged. All right. By engaging that core, you really focus on that, getting deeper in that stretch there. All right. So really focus, hold it, and release. All right. So again, you can hold it for an extended period of time, or you can hold it for 15 seconds each and keep on switching from there. And finally, the last seated stretch we're going to try is ankle ABCs. Now you might realize, like, hey, well, what does ankle have to do with that stretch and stuff like that? Well, the ankle, everything's connected. So, if you don't take care of the ankle and stuff down here, it's going to be a ripple effect all the way up throughout our body. So if you don't take care of the ankle, mess up with the knees, it can have problems with the hips, and they'll keep going that way. So you always want to make sure everything is nice and loose in the body So I have ankle ABCs, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Go write the ABCs with our ankle, right? So I typically like doing uppercase. Some people like doing lowercase. I feel like uppercase gives you more of a range of motion here. So stick your leg out. You can stay here. We'll start from A all the way to Z. We're not going to do it here, but when you do it, A all the way to Z, so nice and big. Right there, letter A. Going down. Make sure the motion is coming from that ankle. So keep that leg still. Just move that ankle. So you don't want your leg moving here. You just want that ankle doing the motion. All right. So really keep that focus on keeping that leg still and using that ankle to draw those alphabets. All right. So that's just a couple of stretches that you can try in the seated position. Again, you can do a couple of seconds each side or hold for an extended period of time, depending on how you feel, how much time you have. All right. Moving on to standing, all right? So for standing, we have about 5 stretches here, all right? You can stand up here. I'm gonna push my laptop back, like that's forward a little bit. All right? We're gonna start off with the wrist stretch, all right? So a lot of people neglect stretching out their wrist, which is very important. You can, if you, we usually type all day, sit down, all the typing we do, can build up carpal tunnel syndrome and other disorders, so we want to make sure we don't even give our body a chance to those things to happen. All right, so we start with the wrist stretch. What we're going to do is I'm going to flip my hand. All right, so I'm not going to place my fingers forward on here. I'm going to flip and place it behind me, so my fingers should be facing my body as I place my palms on the desk. All right, so to get a little deeper in this stretch, stick that chest out, pull those shoulders back. You can kind of gently lean back, all right? You will feel a deeper stretch all throughout that wrist area right here, right? So you don't want to lean forward. You're going to kind of gently lean back, all right? Over to here for a couple seconds. And slowly release or hold it for a extended period of time, all right? And if you feel like that's putting a lot of stress on that wrist and it's a little too much, prayer hands, all right? You also do prayer hands seated, all right? So here, put those hands together, kind of flare those elbows out. You want to make sure you keep those palms together. You can kind of push, that force there, push those hands together, all right? Kind of drop them down nice and gently till you feel that stretch, all right? You can also spread your fingers to get a little stretch in those fingers too and a little deeper in that wrist, all right? So that's another thing you can try instead of placing your hands on the desk. Just right here, prayer hands, and I'll get a good wrist stretch there, all right? Next, we have something called standing banded pull-aparts, all right? Grab that band, all right? So with this band, we're gonna start with an overhand grip, all right? So overhand grip. Arms extended, all right? So you don't have to lock out your elbows, but keep the arms nice and straight. Shoulders roll back. This right here is going to also strengthen those back muscles while stretching that chest area, all right? So we're going to use the isometric and eccentric contractions here. We're going to really focus on that, all right? So concentric, bring it back, squeeze those back muscles. We're going to hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slowly release in that eccentric contraction, all right? Make sure you have control there. It's all about control with eccentric contractions, all right? So coming back, squeezing those back muscles. You go to as long as you need to, 10 seconds, all right? Remember, you're also strengthening the back muscles and stretching out the chest here. So that's really good. Usually the chest is large, it's really tight from rounding of the shoulders. All of us do it. Right, so it's also good to do this to strengthen those back muscles, help lift those shoulders up while also stretching out that chest, all right? So remember, you can hold it for a couple seconds here, 5, 10, 15, to get that stretch in and also build that back, all right? So that's standing banded pull-aparts, all right? Next, we have a cat and cow, all right? So a standing cat and cow, what you're gonna do is place your hands on the desk, all right? You can take a step back here. You can slightly bend the knees, don't have to be locked out, all right? So all you're doing, as simply as the same thing we do on the ground, all right? So drop that belly, go inhale, drop that belly, stick that heart out. Exhale, round out those shoulders, all right? Push those hips back as you round out. Inhale, drop that belly, go to the sky, or the shoulders back. Exhale, round out those shoulders, all right? We'll try one more time. Inhale, put shoulders together, open up that heart. Exhale, round it all out, all right? So again, remember you also do this on the ground. They say if you're home, you don't feel like doing the desk, also do it on the ground. But let's say you're in the office, don't want to put your hands on the ground. Great way to use that cat and cow on your hands on that desk, all right? 2 more stretches for y'all, 2 more, all right? Move on to the lower body. So again, I know the thing said back, but we also got to take care of the rest of the body here. We're going to try a hip flexor to hamstring stretch, all right? So for this one, I'll give you 2 options. I usually have a chair that doesn't have wheels, so you can grab that chair for that. If you have a chair with wheels, I'll give you another option for this stretch, all right? So, try to be seen here. There we go. All right, so we're going to start with that hip flexor stretch here, right? So place that leg on that chair, drop that leg back. So left leg, my left leg is back, nice and straight. Right leg is on the chair. You're going to lean forward. When you lean forward, you don't want to arch out that back. Keep that core tight. Really engage that core, that you'll feel a deeper stretch in those hamstrings. Squeeze those glutes, all right? And kind of lunge, a nice gentle lunge forward, all right? So you have to squeeze those glutes, core tight. You'll feel a nice deep stretch in these hip flexors. You can also add those arms over here. You can add a side bend in. I like doing those from time to time, all right? Hold it for however long you need to, 10, 20, 30 seconds. And then after that, push it back. Come up to that leg on here, heel. Nice, good hamstring stretch here, all right? So we go hold it here, nice and gentle, and switch again one last time. Hold it up, couple seconds, and push the legs back, right? Stretch out that hamstring, right? You might notice if you reach with different hands, you might feel that stretch in different areas. There are 3 hamstring muscles. So I like reaching with my left hand, reach for my right foot. You might feel that stretch towards the outside or inside, all right? So I like switching up there to stretch out all those hamstring muscles, all right? We just go switch up to the opposite leg real quick, all right? So same thing, core tight, glutes tight. Hold it here, stretch out that hip flexor. We all know the hip flexor can get really tight from sitting all day. Compromise position, all right, and push those hips back, stretching out that hamstring, all right? You can try it again one more time. I'm going to show you how you can use it without using a chair, all right? Same thing on the ground. Leg in front of you, drop that opposite leg back. Coming up, the stretch I usually like doing in my class, that side bend stretch. You stretch those hip flexors, all right? Hold it here, and when you're ready, push those hips back, come up to that 4 legs heel, stretch out that hamstring, all right? So you're pushing the hips back, stretch out your hamstring. You also bring your toes towards you, feel a nice good stretch in that calf as well, all right? So remember, you use the chair, you use the floor, all right? Either or will give you that great stretch there. All right, so you can loosen up those muscles, all right? And we will end off with one of my personal favorites, a deep squat hold, all right? So a lot of people are like, oh, I can't get that low. I'm gonna show you how you can, all right? So first, deep squat hold, regular deep squat hold without anything. You can just lean down here, all right? So remember the squat hold, you're gonna roll those shoulders back, keep that chest up, stick that chest out, all right? Keep those knees lined with those toes, sit those heads back, and you can hold it, all right? Typically, I like holding it for about 30 seconds to a minute. Other options you can use if you can't do it without holding on to something, use that desk, all right? So my desk has some bars here that I can use, or you can use the top of the desk, all right? So again, to that, start by holding on to that desk, get in that squat motion, walk it down nice and easy. You go on to your desk, right? Sit back and hold that squat, all right? So this squat hold, remember, we go in that eccentric contraction here, that lowering motion. So loosen up those muscles, all right? I like to also add some ankle rockers in, all right? So what that is rocking side to side, knees over those toes, all right? So I get a good stretch there, good calf stretch, loosen up all those muscles there, all right? So I'm gonna make sure to try this out. This is the good exercise to try. We've been sitting all day. I like trying doing it maybe a couple of times throughout the day, just so I can loosen up those hip muscles and keep everything nice and loose, all right? So coming up nice and gently. Remember, you can hold it, extended period of time, or you can keep trying a couple reps here, maybe 15 seconds, come up, try a couple more there, all right? So that's just a couple exercises we have. I didn't want to, of course, it's plenty. There's like thousands, maybe not thousands, but there's a lot, hundreds of stretches that you can try out. So let me see. So that's just a couple of stretches you can try. One of my personal favorites that you can add to your routine, maybe a couple of times throughout the day. Right.
Eric, I have a question.
Questions here. Give me a second. Switch it.
I have a question.
Anybody has any questions? Yes, ma'am.
If I sent you an email, can you hear me?
Hello? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you, Keishra. I don't know what's going on. Hold on.
Can you hear me, Eric?
It's weird.
Yeah,
Okay. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you now.
Okay. I just was wondering, if I sent you an email, can you just give me a list of the exercises that you do? And I'm actually going to put it on my desktop right here so that I remember, because one of those exercises, you know, the one where we lifted and did this and turned back, it was like fabulous for my bursitis.
Yes, ma'am. I love, that's why I said it's my personal favorites. The spinal twist, I love
and then turning back, because we did it with Ellen this morning, and it, you know, when I did the stretch 10 minutes with her, and I find that it really helps, but I always forget. So now that you've done it, I'm actually just going to put a little printout on my table up here. And then this thing. So it's eric.copland at hq.doe.gov.
Oh no, it's well, that's the one.
That's the one that. Yeah, right.
I can email you. It's well, you can write it down right here. It's E.Copeland at teamcfw.com.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
all right. Okay. Yeah.
She put it in the there she goes. Put in the chat box. Yep. That's exactly what it is.
I got you. I put it in the chat box.
So I'll definitely make sure to send you the whole the PowerPoint presentation. It also has links to the other stretches, and also an article that I used to get some of the information about posture from the American American Chiropractic Association that you can read up on.
Wonderful.
Some more information about that. It was so much information I couldn't put it all in, so of course.
But you did a great job. So since your boss is also on the line, I just want to tell her that if you need to give Eric a raise, because I hate Friday Weekend Warrior, but I come to it religiously. That's telling you. Just like her morning 8:30 class. Oh man.
I love that.
I'm sleeping. I've got my eyes closed, but you know, I have to come to Ellen's class, and then I'm like, oh, okay, it's not over as yet. At 12:30, you're going to log on, and you're going to be killed for your effort. But you know, Eric, that afternoon class that I take with you on Thursdays, that's actually really good for, you know, the I keep forgetting the name, but the one that you do at 12:30.
The Core More. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. That's really good because, like you said, and especially for women, we need to keep our bones strong and everything. So
Mhm.
I've only taken 2 classes, but it's been really good.
Yes, ma'am. I'm glad you come. And I always like when the members have that love-hate relationship, when they hate coming, but then they love it. It's always
That's
good. That
exactly
means I'm
what
doing
it
something
is.
right. That means
Yeah.
I'm doing something right. So
And Ellen knows that because I always tell her morning flow class, I'm half asleep in any case, but I come to it. So
Yeah, and Kishore, we've really seen you, progress, and I've watched your balance
I know.
poses. They really have gotten
Yeah,
much
and
better.
it's so funny. I was telling our ex AU10 director, we still keep in touch. She retired, and I was telling her, I said, during this pandemic, I said I started taking Zoom classes, and I said one of the things that I will tell you while you're in retirement, she's 70 plus, and I said, you should try yoga and Pilates or any form like that. I said because I never could balance. I mean, even now it's hard, but just taking it has made me so much stronger. And
Absolutely.
because I have a special needs husband, so
Yeah.
it really helps me. It really does.
Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
Well, yeah, this is going to end in just a second, but thank you so
Uh-huh.
much, Kishore. Obviously, we could talk forever.
Yeah.
But thank you,
Yeah.
Eric.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone, for
Thank you
coming.
so much, Eric.
Hope you
And
guys,
I
hope
will
this
send
helped
you
you
an
guys.
email.
Yes, ma'am. I'll make sure to send you an email.